Right now, more than 25 billion kilometers from Earth, a machine older than most people alive is still whispering back to us. It runs on a computer weaker than the key fob of your car. Its voice is so faint that it takes almost a full day to reach us. And in just a few weeks, it will cross a line no human object has ever crossed. It will be one full light day away from home. It is the most distant thing human hands have ever built. And it is dying. One instrument at a time, its lights are going out. But before they do, this is everything Voyager saw, and the message it will carry long after every one of us is gone. Our story starts in the summer of 1977. Two spacecraft, Voyager 2 and Voyager 1, launched just 16 days apart from Cape Canaveral. They were racing a cosmic clock. Once every 176 years, the outer planets line up on the same side of the Sun: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, all in a row. Miss that window, and you wait almost 2 centuries for the next one. A young engineer at NASA had realized something. If you launched at exactly the right moment, you could use the gravity of each planet to slingshot to the next. One mission. 4 worlds. A grand tour of the solar system. So they built 2 probes and threw them at the sky. Nobody expected them to survive very long. The first target was Jupiter. In March 1979, Voyager 1 swept past the largest planet in the solar system. And it changed everything we thought we knew. It stared into the Great Red Spot, a storm twice the size of Earth that has been raging for centuries. It found a faint ring around Jupiter that nobody knew existed. But the biggest discovery was an accident. A navigation engineer named Linda Morabito was cleaning up a photo of Jupiter's moon Io. She boosted the brightness to find background stars, just to help steer the spacecraft. And there, on the edge of the moon, was a strange plume. It was a volcano, erupting 270 kilometers into space. It was the first active volcano ever found beyond Earth. Io turned out to be the most volcanic world in the entire solar system. And we found it by chance, in a picture meant for navigation. Next came Saturn. In late 1980, Voyager 1 slipped beneath the rings. It got a close look at Titan, Saturn's largest moon, and found something extraordinary. A thick, hazy atmosphere, heavy with nitrogen and the building blocks of life. But that close look came at a price. To fly past Titan, Voyager 1 had to bend its path. That bend threw it up and out of the plane of the planets, forever. Voyager 1 would never see another world up close, which left everything else to its twin. Voyager 2 kept going, and it did something no spacecraft has ever done again. In 1986, it reached Uranus. It found 10 new moons and a battered little moon called Miranda, with cliffs so deep the Grand Canyon would look like a scratch. Then, in 1989, Voyager 2 reached Neptune, the last planet, almost 4.5 billion kilometers from the Sun. It found a dark storm the size of the whole Earth. And on Neptune's frozen moon Triton, it saw geysers. Plumes of nitrogen erupting from the coldest surface ever measured in the solar system. To this day, more than 35 years later, Voyager 2 is the only spacecraft that has ever visited Uranus or Neptune. No one has been back since. But the Voyagers were never only machines. Bolted to the side of each one is a golden record. It is a message in a bottle thrown into the cosmic ocean, in case anyone is ever out there to find it. A team led by the astronomer Carl Sagan spent months deciding what to put on it. What would you say to a stranger on behalf of all of humanity? They chose 27 pieces of music from every corner of the world. Greetings in 55 languages. The sound of rain, of thunder, of a human heartbeat. More than 100 images of life on Earth. And there is one thing on that record that almost nobody knows. While they were making it, Sagan and a young woman named Andrew fell in love. 2 days after they decided to marry, and went into a hospital and recorded the electrical signals of her brain and her heart for 1 full hour. Her thoughts, her heartbeat, the moment of a woman falling in love. That recording is now more than 25 billion kilometers from Earth, and it is still going. The record itself is gold-plated copper, designed to survive for 1 billion years. Its cover is marked with uranium, a slow ticking clock that any finder could use to know exactly when we sent it. And there is a map, a pattern of lines pointing to 14 distant stars that together mark one location in the galaxy, the location of Earth. By 1990, Voyager 1 was leaving the planets behind. And Carl Sagan asked NASA to do one last strange thing. He wanted to turn the cameras around, to look back at where we came from. Engineers pushed back for years. There was no science to gain, and pointing the cameras near the sun could destroy them. But Sagan won. On the 14th of February, 1990, from 6 billion kilometers away, Voyager took a final portrait of its home. 60 images of 6 planets. In one of them was a single point of light, less than 1 pixel, caught in a stray beam of sunlight. That was Earth. Everyone who has ever lived. Every war, every love, every empire. All of it, on that one speck. It was the last photograph Voyager ever took. To save the last of its power, NASA switched the cameras off for good. Voyager would keep flying, but it would never see again. So what has it done for the last 35 years? It has been feeling its way into the dark. For decades, the Voyagers flew through the bubble of wind blown out by our sun, a vast invisible balloon that surrounds the entire solar system. And then, on the 25th of August, 2012, something changed. The particles from our sun faded away. New ones took their place. Voyager 1 had crossed the edge of the bubble. For the first time in history, a human machine was flying between the stars. Voyager 2 followed 6 years later. They were finally in interstellar space. Today, Voyager 1 is about 170 times farther from the sun than the Earth is. It moves at more than 60,000 kilometers an hour. And still, the stars barely seem to move. Its signal, when it reaches us, is almost impossibly faint, caught only by the largest antennas on Earth. But the whisper is fading. Voyager runs on the slow decay of a piece of plutonium small enough to fit in a milk carton. Every year, it loses a few more watts. To survive, NASA has been switching off its instruments, one by one. In 2025, 2 more went dark. Sometime in the next several years, the final instrument will shut down. The last signal will drop below the noise. And then Voyager will fall silent. But it will not stop. There is no air out there to slow it down. No planet to pull it in. Voyager will drift on for millions of years. Long after the last antenna stops listening. Long after everyone watching this is gone. In about 40,000 years, Voyager 1 will pass near a small red star called Gliese 445. Its twin will drift toward another. Neither will almost certainly ever be found. But if one ever is, that golden record will still be there. Still playable. Still carrying 27 songs, 55 hellos, and the heartbeat of a woman who fell in love in the summer of 1977. A pale blue dot, whispering into the dark, carrying the memory of home, long after home has forgotten it. That is what Voyager saw, and that is what it still carries into the silence.